Hello and thank you for joining me today for this video tutorial. I am going to be using the two-tone Flora stamp set, which as you can see is an image only stamp set, but it coordinates with a suite of products in another stamp set in a suite of products called Something Fancy. And so the suite of products can be found on page 16 of 14 and 15, 16 of the new mini catalog, January to June 2023. And I'm going to be sticking with this same color palette because I'm going to be using the Designer Series paper to complete my cards. And if you would like, I was going to show you this, that bundle comes with these really cool die cuts for labels. I think it's probably a must-have. All right, so I am going to be using the method that I saw. Let's see, what's her name? Actually, I don't know the name, but her blog spot is called it'll come to me. Yeah, this is the one I want. Flower Bug Ink Spot. She did a Christmas card that was cut from a one sheet wonder, a stamped background, full sheet paper that was cut into five pieces and made into 5 cards. And so that is the format I'm gonna use. See, those lights are too bright, aren't they? So you can't really see the stamping. So let me turn the lights off. And let's see, I'm gonna go up here. And it's kind of a funny shape that I'm gonna be doing, but it really works when you see how these get cut apart. So I don't know if I will be doing the cards on this tutorial. If not, I will have a separate tutorial where I do the cards. Actually, I think I have one more blue down here. So this is Balmy Blue. But if I don't do it in this video, I will have a second video showing how I put the cards together. So now I'm using the next one, which is being stamped now in Fresh Freesia, which is one of our in colors, current in colors. So these are quite a similar size, which is kind of breaking the rules for this kind of stamping, but the final version turns out really good. So I'm going to stick with it. All right, so I'm ready to do the tops of these, and I'm just going to stamp full strength. These flowers were stamped full strength, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp full strength the tops, the second layer, the second step. These two-tone flowers, two-step stamps. And this is this one's pretty easy to line up with that part in the center there. I'm not even really looking much at anything else. My camera is really in my way, but I will manage. I think that this would look beautiful stamped with, say, rich raspberry as your top. but I wanted to stick with the colors that are in the designer series paper because I wanted to incorporate the designer series paper with the final cards. Normally I would be doing this as a live video, and I'm sad that I'm not able to chat with you as I am stamping, but I'm hoping that you will still converse with me by leaving me a response. Wow, I'm having trouble with this one. Okay, there. I think I got it that time. I may have to speed this part of the video up because I seem to be struggling with lining up those centers. And I probably should just like stop trying so hard. Although I'm getting it. Getting pretty close. This one's giving me fits. Okay, I'm not turning it enough. There we go. And if you're watching this and you've done this stamp set before, then you probably know. Oh, inky fingers on my paper. I'll have to purposefully cover that up with a darker leaf down the road. Anyway, I love hearing from you in the comments section. And even just your thumbs up really helps, although I never know exactly who leaves thumbs up. But if you leave me a comment, then I definitely know who is stopping by to say hi, and I do so appreciate it. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with the smaller grouping of flowers. This time I want to stamp off though. So I'm going to move this over here. Oops, I got rid of something here that I want. I'm going to turn this around because I'm kind of cheating by looking at what I had previously stamped. And it won't turn out exactly the same because I just can't make that happen. So if you haven't seen how this gets cut up, I think you're really going to like it. One more in there. Okay, let's come in with the centers, which I will do full strength. And here they are. Oh, I was way off on that one. Yeah, I'm getting way off the light. Eek. I can't really see the white anymore. Let me try cleaning this off. See if I've just got too much ink on here. And like I said, in the vast scheme of things, it's probably not going to be that noticeable that I didn't get these on here perfect, but I kind of like trying. Some are working out really well and others aren't. Okay. And now we're going to go with this smaller one, and I'm going to stamp that in Daffodil Delight. Let me turn this light because I'm getting kind of a weird shadow. Let's see if that helps that. Not too much. All right. I think I'm going to stamp off on these also. Close this up. Let me turn this around. Oh, this is the wrong color. This is Mango Melody. That is not the one I want. I want Daffodil Delight. Alright, so now it's coming with that flower center. So how is everybody doing? Are you adjusting to 2023 okay? I hope that it's treating you good so far. I know that, you know, I'm in southern Arizona, so although we've had kind of dreary weather and we have had some rain, we certainly have not had the cold and the winter storms that the rest of the country is getting. So I'm sorry if you've been experiencing rough weather. It's been a while since I've done one of these, especially on camera, because of all the Christmas card stamping that needed to happen, right? And I wasn't doing a lot of this type of stamping for my Christmas cards. at least not that much original stuff. So, and of course I want it to be original if I'm going to do a video. Okay, so now I'll be using Soft Succulent and this little twofer leaf. So my son has a basketball game this afternoon, and he originally, he'll probably die if he knew I was saying this on film, but he originally didn't make the team. But then the coach saw and was like, "Hey, what happened? Thought you'd be on the team, blah, blah, blah." And actually the varsity coach, not the JV coach. And Jackson's like, "Yeah, well, next time I'll figure out what needs to happen, what I need to work on," which I think was, you know, fantastic attitude. And he says, "Why don't you, I think I want to have you on the team anyway. So why don't you come on as a manager and you can do stats." And that way he gets to keep practicing with the team. And I'm going to change this. I did use soft seafoam on the original, but I'm going to switch to Pool Party. Just get a little more of that blue in there. So he has been practicing with the team and going to the games, doing stats, and wouldn't you know, but he has been asked to join the team. So now he's playing, which is super cool, I think. Now I'm getting kind of crazy with these. This makes me a little uncomfortable, but sometimes we gotta stamp on top of stuff, right? When we're doing these. Okay. Going a little crazy. All right, I'm going to stop with that. I can always come in later if I need it, right? So now I'm going to be adding some little blue, these little tiny like tulipy type things in the Orchid Oasis. Kind of tucking them in. Just some of these white spaces. And then I'm turning it around. And heading different directions. These are sweet. Just kind of taking a look at it on the screen because sometimes I can see the balance of it a little better by looking at it on the screen instead of in front of my face. So I'm going to use this stamp set again, but with the Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to clean that blue off there. And do a little bit more of these sweet little flowers. Also kind of fill in some of the white gaps. Liking that better. It's making me feel happy. It's getting a little more full. And of course, you know that we learn all of this wonderful technique from the wonderful Ruth, right? I know there are others who do this, you know, myself included, but she really is fabulous. All right, now one last thing, and that is going to be stamping some like splattery dots all over, and I'm going to do that in soft suede because that is the other coordinating color with this set, this suite. And I'm going to use a stamp set that is retired, but there are lots of stamp sets that have, and I don't even know what this one is from, lots of stamp sets that have dottage. As a matter of fact, there's a really cute flower one in the Celebration that you can get when you spend $100 US right now. And it's smaller, but you know, that just means you get to stamp more, right? But it's a really nice little set of dots. But I was doing some rearranging in my room here and found this stamp, and I'm like, oh, that is just a perfect one. And so I'm going to use it, and I apologize if you can't get it, and I can't tell you where it's from, but I think it was from a texture. All right, so let's take a look at this. Aren't those stamps just so pretty? Okay, so now I'm going to share with you how I cut it up. So the way this has been designed is like for 5 cards. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see, I'm gonna cut this one off first. So I believe it's 3 3/4 by 4 and okay, wait, 4 4 3/4. I'm gonna measure this. I did it earlier and I don't want to make a mistake, so I'm gonna measure it. Okay. 4 7/8. So that's why all of a sudden I thought, oh, 3 5/8, 4 7/8. Okay, so these are going to be the tall ones. So 3 5/8. Now, I believe I'm going to trim these down smaller later. And then 4 7/8. Okay, I'm going to cut that off there. 4 7/8. See, I feel like I should be cutting it here. Let me do it from this direction instead. 4 7/8. Okay, let me do some math. So 4 7/8 and 4 7/8 would be 8, 9, 3/8 and 3/8, 6/8, 9 3/4. Okay. I don't really know, but what I'm going to do is cut off 1/4 inch and then cut that to 4 7/8. And then this one from where it is 4 7/8. Oh yeah, that's right. I just couldn't remember how big of a piece got cut off, and so it's a 1 1/4 inch piece that gets cut off, which of course is, you know, usable, lovely and usable, but because I had so much there in the middle that I kind of didn't want to lose, that's what I was kind of struggling with. I wanted that piece to not be on an end. I wanted it to be I wanted it to be on both. I wanted the pieces I cut off to be on both ends. So that's what my brain was struggling with right then. Okay, so this is cut. Is it cut to 4 7/8 already? Yes, it is. So that's why that works. And then 3 5/8. And 3 5/8. And then I think I'm going to keep the white. 3 5/8. That's a lovely little strip right there. Okay, let me see if I can put this back together-ish for you to show you the layout. There and there, and then I had this piece that got cut off here and this piece from the end. That's right. Okay, so that is how I did that. And so now you see that I have these beautiful pieces that I can use to make cards, and I have this lovely white space which allows me to stamp the greetings directly on, or it gives me a place to put my greeting without covering up too much stamping. And sometimes I think it's just nice to have that additional white space to let your eye rest, because this is very busy, and especially if you want this to be the focal point of your card, which I do, because I think the stamps really speak for themselves and they're so beautiful. but it allows the eye to rest. And you can even put your greeting right in here, and that just gives, you know, a moment's peace for the eye to land on. I like a little white space in my cards. All right, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, thumbs up are greatly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that. That really helps me out. And of course, your comments. I love hearing from you and would love to know what you think of this stamped background paper. And then I hope you'll tune in next time when I show how I'm going to turn these pieces into cards using the coordinating DSP. But until then, bye for now and happy stamping.